All right. So we got another update here. This one is a mini update. It says, Dare to conquer the fractured plane. So if you guys remember the last update we got, Blizzard said that we would be getting an update every 2 weeks. And they would either be mini or major updates. So this is considered a mini update. Here, this is going to be, the maintenance is going to be starting tonight. So it's going to be live tomorrow, August 17th. By the time I get this YouTube video out, it's probably going to be live. So we have the Fractured Plane, the new Echo of the Immortal repeatable game mode, 36 new legendary class items, and many more exciting additions to Diablo Immortal await. 36. I didn't think that we were going to get another round of legendary items here. I was not expecting this at all. This comes as a shock to me. Holy crap. So I'm gonna have to start farming tomorrow. We're gonna have to blast. We're gonna have to try to get all these new ones, at least the ones for Wizard. And it's kind of weird that they called this a mini update, actually. A mini update, yet they added 36 new legendary class items. So that's pretty huge. I was just saying we need a major change. Yeah, I did say that. I did say we need a major... I mean, this is not a major update, but still, like, I'm really happy to see things like this being done. So let's go into here. Fractured Plane is a limited time event. Let's see here. 15 floor gauntlet. Begins without your usual gear, gems, and skills. Instead, you would be provided with a set of pre-selected skills for your class. Oh. This is weird because this actually sounds like what challenge rifts are in D3. So greater rifts is what challenge rifts are in Diablo Immortal, and then challenge rifts in D3 are actually different. Are the preset game like clearing mode for D3. So this is interesting right here. To advance, you must rely solely on your wits, unstable gear you find, and the chaos coins you receive from progressing through hordes of demons. Best of all, only unstable gear of legendary rarity will drop in the Fractured Plane, and items you receive will complement the skills you begin with, equipping you with the abilities to make and tweak your build on the fly. When your journey in the Fractured Plane is over, all the unstable gear you've collected will vanish. You start with the pre-selected set. I wonder if this gear that drops, is this gear that drops like random, like RNG based? If so, this kind of sounds like a roguelite game, right? It's kind of like a roguelite. I don't know if it's going to be set. I always wanted to play kind of a roguelite ARPG game. I think they're very interesting, actually. I got my first taste of roguelite style ARPG from playing. Actually, funny enough, it was from playing Battle Royale in Path of Exile. Because Battle Royale in Path of Exile is really fast paced, and in that you have to manage your inventory and your gems and everything very quickly. So on the fly, it's more about like how fast you can pop open your inventory and swap around gear and look at gear and compare them and make the right choices, and then make decisions regarding what skill gems you get and so forth, and plugging those in. And it's really fun just because PoE is kind of complex, a little too complex at times, but when you are kind of rushed into making these decisions on the fly, it actually was kind of fun. So I would like to see some like roguelite ARPG stuff. The chaos coins you earn will also come to your aid. Spent at the chaos broker, you can exchange chaos coins for new items or shards of fortune. These shards will increase your fortune rating, providing a greater chance of receiving higher quality legendary items from the chests on each floor. If you are resourceful enough to make it to the 19th floor without dying more than 5 times, you'll receive a reward. Out of all the legendary items you've encountered during your run, select 6, and out of those 6, you will be rewarded 1 at random for you to carry out of the Fractured Plane. So the legendary items you pick up during the run, you can select 6 of them, and 1 out of those 6 will be rewarded to you at random. Interesting. What? Wait, what? How many times can we do this? Can we just repeat this thing over and over again and get our essences this way? This might be like an easier time to get essences. The Fractured Plane limited time event was created to invite players to try new skills and legendary items that they might not typically use, while offering a nuanced but challenging way to play Immortal. We wanted to provide players with the opportunity to start from scratch to see how well they can play their class no matter the circumstances. Dude, this is huge. If we can just keep doing this for our essences, man, this is huge. This is actually, wow. So Blizzard is really nailing the head on this one. They're introducing a new game mode, essentially. It's a limited time event, though, so I don't know if, I mean, it's going to be kind of sad to see it go away, I think, if it's as good as it sounds. But it's essentially a new game mode added to the game. Roguelite style. So very, very unique in that. I think it sounds pretty interesting and fun, actually. And it comes with a pretty good reward at the end. Being able to carry a legendary item out of your, potentially being something that you can either equip for an upgrade or extract for an essence. Just in time for these 6 new legendary items to per class to hit with this update. Am I crazy? Am I crazy in thinking that this is like amazing? You think it's amazing too, Snuggie? It's a limited like the Moon event where it comes back every weekend. Oh, it's true. I mean, the Moon event is a limited time event and it just keeps coming back. It just never goes away, it seems. It's always coming back. That is true. In fact, I think it is coming back right here. No, right here. Okay, I'm looking forward to this. It's fun. That's fun. Echo of the Immortal. This is a limited time repeatable game mode. Will be available for players who are at least level 40 to showcase their PvP prowess in Challenge of the Immortal style battle. 15 players will face off against one randomly chosen player who is imbued with the power of the Immortal. If the group of players are victorious in besting the Immortal, the match becomes a free-for-all. Only the best of the best will claim the reward and bragging rights. So this is exactly like the Rite of Exile here. Is that what this is? Except it's 15 against 1. Okay. So it kind of does feel like recycled content here. It really does seem like they're recycling it, but I think it's with good purpose. Mainly because playing the big Immortal guy, the big guy as we call him, piloting the big guy is not something that a lot of players get the chance to do. If you think about it, like the current Immortal of Rain gets to experience that. And then if you're a Dark Clan leader in the Shadow War, like myself, you get to experience it. But I've always said I had a lot of fun piloting the big guy, and I would like to see other people also have this experience and being able to experience this and enjoy it. So I think that is great. Only the best of the best will claim the reward and bragging rights. So they don't say what the reward is. At the Battleground Captain, I would assume that they would have to have like a window of queue for this, much like the Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds had to have a window of queue in order to get people to concentrate into one time frame in order to get good matchmaking and good queues to actually pop and games to start. So I would imagine this is like the same kind of BG window or something. I don't know. It is at the Battleground Captain, so maybe it's has something to do with the same Battleground queue window. I wonder how good this reward would be. That's curious. It's going to be 4 enchanted dust for sure. Another event. Wait, this is the third event? This is a limited time repeatable game mode. Says it's a limited time event. This is another one. So Into the Dark Wood. As you complete daily Into the Dark Wood tasks, you'll receive various types of rewards for your heroics. Racking up enough completed tasks will also unlock milestone rewards for you, such as the Festive Wraith of Blood portrait frame. Okay, so this one doesn't seem like that big of a mode or a limited event here. This one just seems like our typical like daily objective stuff that we get thrown at constantly with like the Hungry Moon and Codex stuff. So it doesn't sound like all that unique. So kind of just feels like a small one, just like the Hungry Moon is. Did they change the Hungry Moon at all? Is this different? I don't think so, right? Looks like this is the same. This is like what, the fourth or fifth time it's coming back. But I mean, this is 4 different events happening. Starting tomorrow, right? August 17th. This one's at August 26th. New cosmetic. So they're pumping these cosmetics out. Holy crap! We're getting our second cosmetic of the month here. Bug fixes. We can go over that later. Multiplayer requirement and high hell difficulties improvement. You can now enter a dungeon or a hidden layer in hell 2 or higher difficulties with 2, 3, or 4 players. So this is the same restriction that hell 1 had. So hell 1 had two or more, and then hell 3 and above, or hell 2 and above, had 4 player requirement. So now they've made basically hell 1 and up, all hell difficulties require 2 or more. Completing a dungeon or hidden layer with 4 players will provide you with a bonus chest. This feels pretty good, actually, guys. This feels pretty good. I know we've been saying that they should just let people solo queue up, but I think that this is a very good middle ground. Yeah, I think that this is great. That makes things a lot easier. I mean, you're not going to be soloing dungeons, but this makes things way easier. You know, sometimes you can't find that third or fourth, or even if you just find 3 people and you're looking for that 4th person, sometimes it's hard to find that 4th person, and you want to just run. You want to just go and run while you're looking for a 4th, right? So you can just plug it, send it, go in, start farming, and while you're trying to ask people to if they want to join you or not, or like if you're already running with 4 people and one person has to dip out for a bit, it doesn't just disrupt your flow. If someone has to dip out for a moment, they can dip out for a moment, and then that way you don't, like, the party doesn't disband completely. You just keep going. So that's great. That's great. And then the bonus chest for 4 players. So I like this. Yeah. It's like, just instead of acquiring 4 players, give an incentive for people to bring 4 players. Give them a bonus chest. This bonus chest, it depends on how good this bonus chest is, guys. How good is this bonus chest? I feel like Blizzard wants this bonus chest to be pretty good and drop set items and legendary items. That's how I feel. So I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing if it's dropping legendaries and set pieces. If it's just like basically another role for a set piece at the end of a dungeon, we can speed up our set dungeon farming, by 2 and get this shit done, because, it is kind of, the set drop rate is kind of low, especially with how many different set items there are. Some people are just farming like, hundreds of dungeon runs trying to find the one set piece that they're looking for. So I'm all for kind of increasing the odds of this. If the chest doesn't drop legendary sets, then its importance won't be that high. Yeah. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be sick, guys. I think the intention from Blizzard here is it for set items. I think it's gonna be sick. Yeah, I mean, Destruction's End does have a bonus chest at the end, which is pretty worthless. That's true. The Ghost Blacksmith at the end of the run. We receive feedback that players find the current 4-player requirement to be too restrictive. Of course, yes, we've all said that. While we want dungeons to be inherently social experiences, we also want them to be accessible and challenging, hence lowering the requirement to a minimum of 2 players. In Immortal, we want to ensure that adding more players to a particular gameplay activity is always seen as a benefit to those involved. By setting the difficulty of these dungeons to always be tuned for 4 players, having a friend join regardless of their power level supplements our design philosophy. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I get it. I mean, they're not going to be retuning the dungeons down anyways, right? So it's like, even if you could go in solo, there's not a lot of people that will have a very good time trying to solo a dungeon that's tuned for 4 players, unless you're like really whaled out, right? If you're whaled out, then yeah, you can do it, but for the most part, because they're not retuning these for lower than 4 players, you're always going to want to bring someone. You're already incentivized to bring someone in this situation. But the only case where you might not want to bring someone if you're just doing like a complete carry for someone. If you're doing a complete, if you're basically trying to invite people as dead weight, and it slows you down, then you might not actually want to bring them, right? Unless they're like a friend. Like so you know, if there's like someone in the Fudge clan that needs some help and they're dead weight, but you know, we're trying to catch them up or whatever, then you know, I'm not going to be opposed to that. Warband improvements. Okay, all right, guys. You guys know how touchy I am about warbands. I've been very adamant about how bad, how much I've been against warbands, even before the game even came out, and just hearing about warbands, I've been against them. So here we go again, guys. Here we go again. The codex step of needing to start a warband camp has been changed to be join a warband. You don't have to start the warband camp, which the warband camp requires is that like the 10,000 kills one, I think, yeah. So you don't have to get all those kills anymore. You just join a warband. So that's easy. They made it easier. The hero's journey step to submit 10 warband chests have been removed. This was really this seems really difficult, by the way. Yeah, this just seems really difficult. This was just when we saw this on the first page of the hero's journey, it's the second page, right? I think it just, we were just like, wow, this is just like crazy difficult for some people, considering that most people aren't in active warbands and grouping with warband members consistently. So it's great that they removed it. So basically, the warband feature continues to be a mess. The warband feature in Diablo Immortal continues to be a mess. I continue to hate it. And Blizzard, instead of just deleting warbands entirely or reworking them, they're just making it so they went back on this choice. They basically made this choice last time in order to try to incentivize people to play in warbands, right? And now they've kind of they were like, oh, maybe this is too hard. People don't want to actually do this. People either don't want to actually do this or just can't actually get this going. So yeah, I mean, this just, I still hate warbands. I still just hate warbands, man. Developers note, as we plan for the future of warbands, we want to ensure players who opt out of the feature don't see them as a major obstacle to their progression. So this is, I mean, this is addressing the issue here where players want to opt out of this feature completely because it's terrible. It's a terrible feature. So yeah, I don't blame players for not wanting to do this. We want to have light steps that are easy to complete rather than difficult steps that can become roadblocks. In the future, we plan to create warband content that provides fun and rewarding experiences as incentives for playing with a small group of friends. Oh God, man, why can we just please let this go? Can we just please let this go? This playing with a small group of friends thing, can we just get rid of it, man? Like, you're talking about getting 8 people together at one time to do something together in a mobile game where people have lives outside of the mobile game, and there's very few warbands that can actually achieve 8 players at the same time online focused on doing warband stuff. Just can we just stop with this? Just stop with that small group of friends thing. Like, this is just like forming like stupid cliques for people that actually can form them, and then it's just impossible for other people to do it. Like, just get rid of this. Just like stop with this trying to get small groups of friends online to play together like this. Like, we'll play together if we want to play together. All right, we'll play. We have friends. We're friends. We can play together when we want to play together. It's okay. We'll do it. Okay. Class change improvement. You can now essence transfer onto reservist gear after changing your class. Big change for people who are doing a class change. Really big change here. So this is huge for, you know, I feel like class change is really hard. You have to do quite a bit of farming after class changing. It's not easy to do it. So this, along with that other event that can potentially give us legendary items to extract for essences, makes class change quite a bit easier. Vault of the Immortal, the Vault event window has been shortened from 2 hours to 1. Really positive change here. Really positive change. primarily a good bet. It's better for the Immortal side of things, right? The Immortal groups no longer have to try to defend for 2 hours. Defending the vault was way more frustrating than raiding the vault. So defending the vault, we had to form lines, we had to get people organized, people had to be available for 2 hours. This is great, like quality of life for the Immortal side of things. And I think that this is great because when you concentrate the window into a smaller window, and we've seen what happens when it comes to like battleground queues, the same thing, right? Concentrating the window into a smaller window, concentrating the players into that smaller window will make it so there's more vault raids going on at once. It's easier to find a group, and it's just going to go by much quicker. It's just going to be better for everyone. So I think that this is a great change. Maybe because of this change, they should potentially change some of the cooldowns. I think for raiding the vault, there's a 10-minute cooldown. And then for defending the vault, there's a 3-minute cooldown. If you're going to focus more players into a smaller window, you might have to adjust those cooldowns, actually. Well, the problem is that if you shorten the vault window, Immortals might have trouble keeping up with defense because there's just going to be way too many raids going on at once. I mean, let's be honest, you guys, the whole vault system does need to be reworked too, because right now shadows are only running 3 floors anyways. There's really no reason to do the 4th floor and do the PvP on the 4th floor. So there's more problems with vault here than the cooldowns. All right, 36 new legendary items. All right, so once again, each class getting another 6 items. Really surprising, considering that we just got 6 items not too long ago. When I first heard that there were going to be 6 new legendary items I have to farm on my wizard, I was like, not this again. I was like, not this again, man. Like, last time they did this, they haven't made any changes to the legendary drops here. Last time I did this, it took me 11 days of farming to get all 6 new items for the wizard. And I averaged like 7 or 8 hours per day farming like spiders and turning in bestiary pages in order to try to get all the legendaries to drop. And it still took me 11 days. It just took me way too long. And remember, this is 6 more items that are added to the pool. So like it's even harder to find these new ones because the legendary pool keeps increasing in size. So I'm really hoping here that this new event that's being added is going to be enough to get these items quicker. Otherwise, it's going to be a pain, man. I'm really hoping this first event here, the Fractured Plane event, is really good for getting essences. Many of the legendary powers are centered around crowd control effects. I kind of skimmed these, and it's true. You read a lot of these, there's a lot of things that say stun, knocks, stun, knock, slow, that kind of thing, more stun, pick up enemies, this kind of thing. Like there's a lot of there's a lot of the CC stuff in here, man, and I don't know if this is good because we know how battlegrounds are. We know how much of a cluster fudge battlegrounds are with the CC and knockups and pickups and knockbacks and such. Like the CC is out of control in battlegrounds, and this is just gonna give more CC to battlegrounds. So yikes. I would have liked some kind of adjustment to CCs in battlegrounds first before they did this. I would have liked to actually be able to move and play my character in BGs first before they did this, please. Alright, let's go over the wizard ones anyways here. Teleport now also removes the last harmful effect applied to you. So, I mean, it can remove a dot or something that's on you, but these are shoulders, and I don't know if I would replace my shielding shoulders. Especially since the shield gives me the Vithu proc, whereas this probably doesn't. Also, well, it depends. If you can actually teleport while you're stunned and to remove the stun from you, then this would be huge. But I doubt that's the case. I mean, that doesn't sound like you can't teleport in the first place while you're stunned in order to remove the stun. So by that logic, I don't think it's gonna work. So that's kind of okay. Meteor now drops several meteorites in the direction, knocking enemies away and stunning them. It's pretty big. Here we go. We have the knock up. We have the knock away and stun here. So here's the CC. We have to see how powerful this CC is for PvP and its viability there. But it is a pants slot. Currently with my setup in Magic Missile spam in PvP, I need my crystal guards are 25% cooldown on ice crystal, so I won't be replacing those. And for disintegrate builds, people are using Chaos Nexus for extra ticks of grace, so I don't know. I doubt that disintegrate wizards would want to replace that either. Offhand here, ice armor now protects you with X charges of damage immunity that also chills nearby enemies when they attack you. So I don't know what X is going to be here. The Necromancer Bone Armor is 5. So I'm going to assume it's 5 right now. As is the 6-piece on Windloff is 5 charges of damage immunity. So the issue with the 5 charges of damage immunity, and the reason why, like, people brought up to me maybe Windloff might be good for PvP with the 6-piece, and I straight up said that 5 hits, if you go up against a disintegrate wizard can do 5 hits to you in less than half a second. So disintegrate combined with Chaos Nexus Pants and Fiery Beam just by itself is 10 hits per second. So that's half a second. If you add in any dots like Everlasting Torment and Seeping Bile, it's even quicker, right? So yeah, this does not last at all in PvP. You guys, PvP enthusiasts know how many disintegrate wizards there are in PvP. They're in every single game now, right? So it's not gonna last long enough for you. It really isn't. I've been using the icon of Synchronicity just so I can give the ice armor to my allies and give them Vithu 4-piece bonus and Bottled Hope if I have it. So I think I would stick to using that. I'm not really sure. I don't think we're going to see much use from this. Quiet Downpour Chest Lightning Nova now launches a giant nova, bursting into smaller novae. Is that the right terminology? Bursting into smaller novae when activated again, or when it arrives at its final destination. That's fun. That's fun. That's really fun. Lightning Nova got a buff in damage recently, and it does pretty juicy damage. It does really juicy damage. So I'm trying to think though. With right now, most builds are using the fireballs, the great bars of fire. I don't know if it'd be worth replacing that, because the great bars of the fiery dot that the fireballs provide a dot that give you more ticks for grace procs. So this would probably be more damage from Lightning Nova, but maybe less 4-piece grace procs. Be interesting to see how this goes off and how many hits it adds. Could be useful. Headpiece here. Ray of Frost now freezes enemies for X seconds after taking damage from Ray 6 times. Damn, dude. Why wasn't this here earlier when I was testing out the Ray of Frost PvP build? This sounds like a great option for the Ray of Frost PvP build I was putting together. It was a support build that was trying to use Vithu's 30% attack speed to cast the Ray of Frost and stack up that chill very quickly, as possible. If you get, like, I think it's 5 hits, you can get like 72% chill off, right? So the faster you can stack those ticks, the faster you can get that 72% chill off. So that was the idea behind it, along with the new shoulders that were added last time with the shielding when Ray of Frost deals damage. I'm gonna have to try this out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see how good this is. The only problem is that it is a headpiece, and Mask of Illusions in PvP is so good. Being able to become invisible and drop a decoy in PvP just like mess it. It just gives you such a good like mind game potential. Like you can play such good mind games with it. I don't know if I mean I guess if you are truly going for support wiz in PvP, then it's probably worth picking up for the build. But we'll have to see how good the build is, really. Main hand here, Arcane Wind now knocks enemies up into the air with an updraft and stuns them, but no longer charges up. So just like the Meteor here, it's another knock into a stun. Only problem is the main hand is highly contested. For me, it's, you know, Force of Heracus for 30% magic missile damage. For Disintegrate Wizards, it's Entropic Edge, which is more Disintegrate damage, and yeah, that one's hard to give up too, you know. But yeah, I guess we have to see how powerful this is. How good it is for CC and PvP. But yeah, you can see like that there's just tons of CC here, man. It's gonna be crazy for PvP meta. And then we have the updates here, right? So this is some bug fixes. Anything that stands out. Are Immortals still being stun locked during the Shadow War and Rite of Exile? I thought they had fixed that earlier, but that's okay. Well, hopefully that's not happening anymore. Cure tip updates. This I know people were abusing. I know a lot of people that were abusing this one. Being able to jump off the platform and bypass the elevator sequence in Tomb of Fahir. So, all you exploiters that were abusing this, no longer can you do it. Wait, Daring Swing was being used to access restricted areas in the Forgotten Tower. Almost sounds like how I was teleporting through the gate to get to Countess early in the very first beta that we played. And then that got fixed pretty quickly. Do we have any more here? So these already had happened for a while now. Mouse cursor has been changed again, once again. Size increased by 25%. It's easier to see now. Okay. That's about it. Refresh the page to see the oh shit. Did they update the Treasure Gob update here? So the Chinese patch notes actually came first, and I saw the translated Chinese patch notes, and they said something about the Treasure Goblin. Yes, it's here now. Magically just showed up here. Treasure Goblins now have a chance to drop legendary items. They will also provide more loot in general when defeated. So I had a lot of people asking me if I ever got a legendary item from a Treasure Goblin. And at first I was like, yeah, I think I have. But then I kept playing and I kept trying to track it and trying to find that legendary drop from a goblin for weeks and weeks, and I just never saw them. So I was asking some people if they ever got some, and some people claim that they have, but it was kind of like I really seriously doubted it, and I was like, okay, we're gonna need like evidence. We actually need evidence of Treasure Goblins actually dropping legendaries, because I don't think it's happened. Yeah. But now this is basically confirming it. This is confirming for us that they didn't drop legendaries before. Treasure Goblins now have a chance to drop legendary items. That means they didn't have a chance before. All right, guys. We can finally kill Treasure Goblins again. I've been skipping them myself. They will also provide more loot in general when defeated. All right, they're worthwhile again, guys. Let's get it. So maybe this is a little bit of a great change for finding essences now, for finding legendary essences. We got the new legendary items added, but we also got Treasure Goblins dropping legendaries. We got an extra chest at the end of dungeons. We got this event that we can take a legendary out of from the roguelite run. So maybe it won't be so bad. Let's hope that it doesn't take me 11 days of straight blasting in order to get the new legendaries. But starting tomorrow, we're gonna have to go pretty hard and keep track of that and see how long it takes me. It's gonna be I'm gonna blast as hard as I can to get them. Yeah, pretty hype update. Guys, this is like really hype update. You're talking about 4 events, 2 of which are like pretty big for me. Like 2 events that seem pretty like decent and unique. The other 2, the other 2 kind of whatever to me. Just whatever repeating tasks or whatever. But the 4 events, some good quality of life changes with dungeons and goblins being buffed, and the 36 legendary items. And this is a minor update. This is a minor update. I can't wait to see what a major update looks like. Holy crap. Nothing about legendary crests? I guess no. Well, we'll have to see what the rewards are with the new events and such. Maybe we do get more legendary crests from those. The Hungry Moon event obviously gives you 1 and it's coming back. So maybe we'll get some good freebies. No more hardcore farming. Minor because no new dungeons or anything. Right. Yeah, I guess so major maybe has to have like some pretty big content updates instead of just limited time events and legendaries being added. Although I would have thought that legendaries being added would be major, but I guess not. So yeah, new dungeons, new classes, new pretty big, it has to be probably pretty big content added to be a major. Multi-shot now knocks enemies away. This cannot affect players more than 1 time every 6 seconds. Oh, whoa. So you can do this. Wait a minute, Blizzard. You could have done this. You could have done this all along. wait. You gave DHs the knockback, and then you were like, no, only 1 time every 6 seconds. Meanwhile, we have other classes that are just spamming their knockbacks with no cooldowns in between. Why couldn't you just do this with like necromancer pillars and scorch bars from battle mage and the horse and the whirlwind, and why couldn't you just do that to all of those also? I mean, I think that they could just, I've been saying this for a while now, for battlegrounds, to just make a separate rule for battlegrounds. I'm completely fine with them just making a rule that only is that is exclusive in battlegrounds, where like you can only be knocked back once every so often. Yeah, I would have been completely fine with that. Just including that in battlegrounds as just a general rule for that zone, for that activity. That way you can still do whatever you want in PvE, who cares, right? But against other players, like, we shouldn't be able to chain knockbacks like this nonstop. Activating Vengeance now immediately deals X damage to all nearby enemies and causes them to flee in fear. Wow. That's gonna hurt. They activate your Vengeance, fear you, and just freaking nuke you, man. With Chipperstone Flesh on you. Damn, that's gonna hurt. Been looking forward to the new update. As Necro, now you have free CC skills. What? Necro doesn't need any more CC skills, man. What are you talking about? You need more CC skills as a Necro in PvP? I'm being knocked up. I'm CC'd for like in 100 to 0 for like 10 freaking seconds. Like, what is this CC need more CC thing? Why? The new shoulders. Okay, let me see. What is this new? What is this extra CC that you guys are getting on Necro? Shoulders. Bone spikes now also knocks enemies away. Wow. Okay. More CC for the Necro in PvP. That's exactly what they needed. I still gained a point on the loss. I'm at 3940 Rezo right now. BG ranking. Hey, what are these paws? Huh? Oh, you have nice soft paws now, Fudge. We've trimmed your paws quite well, huh? Yeah, this is why we've been clipping your nails. Now you have soft paws. Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a good boy, Fudgy. Yeah. Ow. Hey. How? Why are you... Ow, Fudgy, that hurts. Why do you bite me like that? Hmm? It's not very nice of you. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Don't bite me, Fudge.